Are you prepared for rampant consumerism? Don't do it! Don't let all these stupid companies trick you by like saying, hey, this is on sale. But the day before, it was a much lower price. They just raised it and then said now it's 30% off, but it's the same price. Don't let them trick you like that. You often find yourself looking at these videos and thinking, why is he so beautiful? It could be because of the Obsbot camera that I'm using right now. It's probably not this. Maybe it is. I don't know. Anyway, Obsbot has a huge stack of deals lined up for Black Friday. We'll tell you about that in just a second. Also, this video is a reminder that, during Black Friday, there's so many different deals. And if you're not careful, you're going to buy a bunch of stuff that you don't need. You're going to clutter up your place. So I'm going to make this video every year. Make a plan. Decide what things you want or what things you need right now before Black Friday, and then keep them in a list. And if those things go on sale, grab them. But, doing this list right now means you're going to see the prices now, so you'll know if it's a deal or not. This is going to be a practical video. I need some waterproof shoes, and so I'll just show you some of the stuff that I'm going to be looking at. This is a look, they've already got me. I'm going to have to go and look up what the price history is. Let's find out. Go on over to Camel, and we can see the price history. It's $3.99 on Amazon right now. Oh, it was more expensive, but look, it goes down to $3.99, $3.49 in December. Look at that. So now we know what the prices can be. Camel is your friend whenever you're serious. And, I might make another video talking about the name brand stuff, because there's a lot of Schlong Bang vacuum cleaner. That's the name of the company I just made up, Schlong Bang. But I have switched back over and started using companies with reputations. And I got a Dyson. And oh my God, it's so much better than the Schlong Bang that I was using to vacuum and that died like twice in a year. And I was like, I'm sick of replacing the battery on the Schlong Bang. I don't know the brand name. I don't remember what it was. But it was like one of those just random brand names that you see. And then suddenly that brand name goes away and the same product shows up again. And the name of the company is Headbang instead of Schlong Bang. I don't know where I'm going with this. Well, I think this is a good time to do the ad right after that nonsense. All right, so let's talk about those Obsbot deals. Now I have a number of their cameras. I use one for products. I use one right here for my face. So let's first off talk about the one that is going to be on big sale, the Tiny 2. And that's very similar to the one I'm using right now. It's got a 1/2-inch CMOS sensor. It's 4K. It's got your AI tracking so you can move stuff around just like this. But if you want an even bigger sensor, well, the Meet 2 is on sale as well. Did you know that the Meet 2 is actually the world's smallest 4K webcam? I always forget about that because it looks so good. Got these 3 colors right here. I've got it in the Aurora green. And speaking of colors, look at the colors that this can produce. And this is in low light. It's really good in low light because it's got upgraded camera technology specifically for that. Got some AI imaging technology going on as well. But beyond that, focusing is nearly instant. You got your versatile shooting modes for different streaming platforms. But on top of that, it works with all kinds of different software. It'll work with your Stream Deck, so you can set up different transitions and stuff. But the Obsbot Center, that's what I want to talk about. Let me just show you what this can do. So you got all your different presets and stuff. One thing I want to show you is I'm using a virtual camera right now, which allows me to come in here and set up all of these quote-unquote beauty filters. You got your blur effect. Right now I'm using the advanced blur effect, which is also using NVIDIA's behind-the-scenes SDK. And then we have this, which just does a little bit of adjustment to basically the lighting. I consider this to be like when you're in a studio, they're going to give you a little powder to make sure you don't shine and stuff. This kind of tone and smooth fixes that. If you want to go crazy, you can adjust your face, you can adjust your body, and lie to everyone online, whatever you want to do, it's up to you. Also got makeup that you can apply. Above and beyond that, we've got these cool filters, similar to like what you get on your different social media apps and stuff. But I find that they make things look a lot smoother and a lot cleaner. So I can use all kinds of different cameras like the Tiny 2, the Meet 2, all these little cameras, and get quality, like in my opinion, that rivals a lot of the much bigger cameras. So the Meet 2 is going to be 28% off. The Tiny 2 Lite is going to be 33% off. I'll put links to all these things down below. There's so many different models and so many different deals. So just scroll down and grab the camera that fits your needs while it's on this crazy Black Friday deal. I'm recording this earlier. These prices are going to be even lower. And remember, the webcam's one thing, but for me, it's all about the webcam and the software and how they come together. Thanks very much to Obsbot for sponsoring. I'm using their stuff, so it's kind of a no-brainer. So all the Black Friday deals that they have are all going to be linked down in the description right at the top. So head down there, All right, now let's get on and check out some more stuff. What else am I looking at this time? Well, if you don't have a blender and you're serious about eating, there's a couple different options right here. The Vitamix, that's the creme de la creme, y'all. There's really not anything quite like the Vitamix. They just run. You can like run them all day, and you can do so many different things with them. So watch these. I actually got one on Black Friday a couple years ago for half price. Now, if you want something a little bit less expensive, there it is on Amazon. If you want something a little bit less expensive, the other brand that I do think is almost on the Vitamix level is Oster. So watch their stuff as well. And for, they're like 90% of the performance for a lot lower as far as the price goes. But watch this on Black Friday and see what it does. Oh yeah, if you need a NAS, this is not sponsored by Ugreen, but I've made a lot of videos on these Ugreen NAS products. And if you compare them to the Synology stuff, you get like twice the performance or more. Like the amount of cores and everything you get is just ridiculous compared to Synology. And then the ports on the back also, like Synology's not giving you 10 gig without making you pay a bunch of extra money. Ugreen is giving you 2.5 and 10 gig and all these different ports on the back. It's just a totally different experience, and they're opening everything up. You can install anything you want on there, whereas Synology's locking things down. They're forcing you to use their own Synology hard drives. They're going in the wrong direction. That's why I've kind of stepped back from Synology and said, what are you doing? Like, you're trying to ruin your company? Go ahead, be my guest. Because now we have Ugreen. And well, full disclosure, they're not sponsoring me, but I have been doing some consulting for them. But I pursued them and said, this is the direction that NAS units should be going. So if you need a NAS, now this is just the big one, but they've also got, other units, smaller units, 4 bays or whatever. They even have some ARM based. So if you're not doing virtual machines and stuff, these ARM based units, they're going to use like pennies of power per month, and they're a lot less expensive. But if you need to be running virtual machines and Docker containers and stuff, then step up to one of the x86 ones right here with the 12th gen, Core i5s and all this. But the ones that look like this, those are the ones that are ARM based, and they just sip the power. Now for hard drives, there's a couple different options, and these are expensive. So yeah, see what the prices are on Black Friday. I'm looking at these 24 terabyte because it's about time for me to upgrade my hard drives. I've got a bunch of 14. I've got 414 in one of my NAS units, but I'd like to upgrade to this. But whoo, yes. And the Ironwolf Pro is the way I like to go. They've got the same, really long, life and warranty as the Exos drives, and they're a lot quieter than the Exos drives. Plus, they have more diagnostics, so I like these. The other thing is you can grab like the Western Digital Reds are about the same level of performance, but I do like these. And as far as getting a switch for your setup, now that you're moving up to a better NAS, you look at these different 2.5. This is already a really good deal. Sometimes the deals are really good right now, but we can always throw it into Camel, can't we? Curious, what is this? What is the history of this one? Show me Camel. You're my only hope. Should have grabbed the exact thing, but yeah. Look at that. It's already at the best price. Interesting. These TP-Link units are solid metal and they're really well made, so I do like them quite a bit, but they're just a dumb switch. And if you want something that also has 10 gig, right, well, the Ugreen is the way to go. And when it comes to fans, I do like my quiet fans. Noctua fans are the thing still. Thermalites are pretty good too. They're always, pretty pricey for these fans. So watch Black Friday, see if they go on sale. Maybe, who knows. And then Steam Deck. I don't know if this is going to go on sale or not because it's already a pretty good price, but this has been like the way that I've been playing a lot of my games recently. Highly recommend a Steam Deck. I actually like the LCD better than the OLED when it comes to the build quality, the buttons, and everything like that. The OLED I got, the buttons rattled quite a bit and kind of got stuck and it was annoying. So yeah, the LCD was just fine for me. I mean, the OLED does look a little bit better, but this one looked pretty good. So I don't shy away from that LCD, and you can always upgrade this. I've made videos on how to upgrade the memory, but that's a pretty good deal. And right here is some things that you can look at when it comes to upgrading. 2 terabytes, 1 terabyte. Just watch for sales on these. There's also the Crucial one right here. That's already on sale, so yep. All right, let's talk about more components, right? That's what you came here to look at. So if you're building a new computer, Just watch some of these motherboards. I like this 850M from ASRock. It's a good one. Got plenty of stuff going on here. Graphics cards. Some of the 5 series cards are coming down in price to a point where it like starts to make a little bit of sense right here. And then we do have some sales on the RX 9070 XT. So check prices on these too. I think we're at a spot right now where the graphics card prices are not too insane. And I do like this card better than the 5070 for most reasons out there. But just note that if you, with either of those cards, if you want to play old school games with old school physics, well, you're going to need to get another card that has physics and just use that as a dedicated physics card, like a, I don't know, a 1050 Ti or something like that, or a 1030 even would probably be just fine for a dedicated physics card. But yeah, use that as your second physics card. It's kind of weird. It's easier to do if you have AMD as your primary and NVIDIA as your secondary, but you can do it with different cards, different NVIDIA cards. Then on eBay, as people sell their old graphics cards, they're going to be dumping their 4080s on eBay. And I still think the 4080, in my opinion, is the best NVIDIA card out there. That's it. Because it does all the old stuff. It'll play all the old retro, games. It's got the 32-bit physics for old school games. And for modern games, it's still extremely fast. So 4080 Super is about like almost like a 5070. So I'm totally fine with that for most gaming. And that I don't want to upgrade. That's the card that I want. So as people throw these on eBay, go over here and check it out. Make sure you read. See, whenever it says read, you got to read. Read. How did that become a thing? Like people buying cards. Wow, I'm getting a deal. Oh, it's broken. Read. When it comes to your M.2, well, we've got the standard Samsung stuff you can watch. These usually go on sale. But we also have some silicon power memory modules that are great. So watch for sales on these. I've got a link directly to the silicon power right there. Cases are subjective, but go ahead and figure out which case you are wanting if you're building a computer and put it in your cart right now. Now, the Ryzen 7 7800X3D, the previous generation stuff. Well, the previous generations, these and like the 5800X, those are still out there. And we're all on the newest stuff right now, but these are ridiculously fast. So watch the prices on these, and don't forget, grab the URL, going back, let's just see, put it into camel, and we can see 359, 319. We know it can go to 319. That's what we want. So where is it? It's way over here, isn't it? Yes, we know that this can go to 319. So I'm not interested until it gets there, but yeah. Then if you've got the big fat new stuff. See, this is here. I don't think it's going to go on sale. The older stuff probably will. When it comes to gaming monitors, well, I've had really good luck with the KTC gaming monitors, and I'm not sure what their deals are going to be, but this is just one of their baseline models that's really fast. And I tested this and found that it had almost no ghosting. So it kind of like blew my mind that this could be this price and have virtually no ghosting. Not quite OLED levels of motion clarity, but really similar. But I've also looked at some of these mini LED, and these are brilliant. So if you really want the best monitors out there, in my opinion right now, look for mini LEDs. Now, some of them have a little bit of blooming here and there. It doesn't bother me that much. You can tune them up. But this one in particular, I didn't notice any blooming. And it's got so many stupid good features that if this price goes down, I would much rather have this than an OLED for many different reasons. Not just because it's brighter than an OLED. I mean, an OLED does look really good, but I like the features you get with this better than most OLED monitors. So I'll link this below. I made a video on this already. They're not sponsoring or anything, but yeah. So that's just a bunch of random stuff that I kind of pulled together. I don't want to influence anybody. I don't identify as an influencer, even though I do seem to have some influence over what people do. If I can influence you, it's to just don't waste your money on stuff you don't need. Make a plan right now. That's the whole point of this video. And a lot of these things were ideas, but if you don't need a monitor, if you don't need a computer, if what you have right now is sufficient for your needs, then leave it alone. That's my advice. Just use it and be happy. But, you know, if you are ready to upgrade, if you want a new computer, if the games you want to play, they're not running fast, get ready right now. You know, if you want to upgrade other areas of your life, getting a blender, getting a new vacuum, getting a Subaru and moving in with your girlfriend, well, now's the time to put your Subaru in your cart. I don't know, Subaru? Where'd that come from? I guess I live in Portland too long. All right, thanks to Obsbot for sponsoring, by the way. That's the only thing that's mandatory since they've sponsored. You have to get a webcam, and it has to be an Obsbot. That's the rules. Otherwise, consumerism bad. This is a joke, obviously. You can do whatever you want. I don't care what you do. You do whatever you want with your time. Okay, bye.